It's my honor to introduce you to our guest speaker, Jeremy Gilstrap. He's the Vice President of Engineering for Simpson Strong Tie. ICC and Simpson Strong Tie share a common mission of safety and resiliency in the built environment. One example is the number of Simpson Strong Tie products that are verified to be code compliant by ICC Evaluation Service reports. Simpson Strong Tie has 47 ICC ES reports. Jeremy has interacted with building officials, engineers, architects, and contractors, educating them about the design principles of Simpson Strong Tie products, especially those that support high wind design. As Manager of Engineering Research and Development, he oversaw development of new products and support for existing products. His next promotion resulted in the startup of an engineering division to provide design services. He also has worked as a structural engineer and is a licensed professional engineer in over 40 states. Please welcome Jeremy Gilstrap, Vice President of Engineering for Simpson Strong Tie.
Well, good afternoon. It really is a great privilege for me to be here today speaking to all of you guys as you gather to recognize the outstanding efforts of many of those being honored today. Our company, as was mentioned, has such a long history with ICC, and watching those videos, it's just great to see how much in common that we have with everything that you guys stand for. I assume that these types of events that ICC has put together is really just phenomenal, and it's so impressive just again to see the quality of the videos, the quality of the venue, and all the details they put into it. I really personally appreciated the effort they put to bring a little bit of the outside of Florida into the convention by bringing in the Gator presentation that they had, and when I showed up to the menu yesterday, our sales guy said, "Hey, do you think we have any liability issues with this whole thing?" And I said, "What in the world are you talking about?" And he takes me over there, and of course the enclosure is all built made out of all of our products. So I said, well, if there is any risk at all of this thing collapsing, which I think actually they did a very good job of constructing that, at least they've got a whole roll of duct tape on the beak of that crocodile. So it's such a great thing that you guys are here today to gather to meet these. And again, I just loved watching those videos. Our company does something very similar where we get together on an annual basis with all of our sales reps, and we award the top of the top. So we get together and we get to go through similar presentation. We get to listen to the accomplishments and then learn a lot about what each of those individuals bring to the company, not just the things that they do on a daily basis, but just how they go about doing it. And every single time I leave those events, I end up being so motivated by what our team's able to do, and I always take one or two things with me so that I can carry on into my business. So in that spirit, what I was hoping today that I could do is I could spend a little bit of time talking to you guys about our company and some of the guiding principles that I really believe has led us to having such a successful business. I'm hoping that most of you in this room have at least heard of Simpson Strong Tie and know a little bit about us. Maybe by a show of hands, has any of you guys ever attended any of our workshops that we put on, or had one of our guys come in and do a presentation? That's phenomenal. Yeah, this is such an important customer base to us because we can design and come up with the greatest products in the world, but if they're not put into the field and installed properly and with that last piece of the detail, then everything that we stand for in trying to help build safer structures is all for naught. So I also assume that maybe many of you guys know we have two guys that we really spend their whole lives devoted to working with the codes and standards. One is our director of codes and standards, Jeff Ellis. That he works a lot on a lot of the different committees, and then I think I've heard from a lot of people that everybody knows Randy Shackelford. Randy's one of he's been working with ICC for years and is heavily involved in that. So this is a great organization, and we really enjoy working with you. So for those of you who don't know anything about Simpson Strong Tie, let me just give you a quick overview. For more than 50 years, Simpson Strong Tie has been focused on creating structural products that help build safer and stronger homes. That is the mission that we have in life, and that is what we aim to go about doing. We sell a wide variety of structural products, but are best known for our connector product line, where we have thousands and thousands of products, and as was mentioned, many code reports to support those products as well. These products are used in all parts of the country, but are really heavily used in the parts of the world where Mother Nature likes to put structures to test. And so we sell a lot of products, actually, and we do it on a lot of homes here in the Fort Lauderdale area. Like all of you here today, we are very focused on working with others in the industry to help build safer structures. That's the purpose in life, and we really appreciate all of those people along the way that help in that. One of the things that I think is very interesting about our company is how we got started. We have over 5,000 products now that we sell. How did we get going in this world? So I believe there is a Mr. Simpson, so Simpson Strong Tie. We have an owner of our company who is actually still actively involved in the organization. The gentleman's name is Barclay Simpson. He doesn't like to be called Mr. Simpson or Barclay. He likes to go by the word Bark. Bark, he in 1947, he lives in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he took over a company for his father they were basically making wood screens for homes. So when you open your window, you got your wood screen, and he had a whole business for that. And when Bark took it over, he really had ambitions of growing the business in lots of different ways and was a true sense of an entrepreneur. In 1956, one of his neighbors came over to his house and said, "Hey, I'm in the middle of building a wood roof, and I'm really struggling making the connection for the joists that are going into the beams. Is there anything that you have or that you could make for me that would help me with this construction?" And without a blink of an eye, he said, "Of course, absolutely, we can do that for you." Had no idea what he was talking about. And he went right into his shop the next day and tried to figure out what in the world this guy needed. And a couple of days later, he came out with the U-hanger, which is the first hanger that Simpson Strong Tie has developed. And so from that little conversation has grown our company into having over 5,000 products now. And we're almost close. We're about $1 billion in annual sales, and so just an incredible story to kind of get going. He's such a fascinating man. Again, this is 1956 when he started the company, so you can imagine how many years have passed since then. And Bark is still actively involved at our company. He's 93 years old right now. He was in the office 2 weeks ago. I got to talk to him. And he literally just retired at 91. For the last 15 years of his career, he was actively involved in working with the investment community and being our point person. So, the guy is sharp as a tack, and he is just got more energy. And I don't think he wanted to retire, but when we had some changing of the guard at the top of our organization, he wanted to move out of the way to give somebody an opportunity to take his position. So he is just a really fascinating person. And the opportunity to have an idea presented to you that can grow into $1 billion company, is not one that is given to people every single day. But to take that idea and try to figure out how to make it into a successful business and a sustaining business is really a challenge. Many companies come and go, and we all see it every single day. So, Barclay has done some amazing things. And so before he retired, our senior leadership team asked him if he would come and give us a presentation to the group about, what he felt like were the key things to making him be successful and helping us grow this business. And he was glad to come in and present it, and he came and gave the most riveting presentation I've ever heard, again, at 93 years old. He's up there just passionate about all these different things, and it was so impressive. Our VP of marketing said, "Hey, hold on just a second. We need to capture these ideas that you have, because we need to share this with the world and with the industry." And so she went and got a production crew, and they set him up in our library, and he went through and did his presentation again for everybody. And it was amazing. He did it in one take, right? And they had to slow him down because he was so excited about wanting to just keep going on. They wanted to break it up a little bit. So, but that video is actually, it's called Barclay Simpson's 9 principles of doing business, and it's available on YouTube, and I highly recommend that you check it out. It really is just a great video, and it has just lots of great concepts. It's 8 minutes and 46 seconds, so it's not a big time commitment in your life. What I thought today, though, I would love to be able to sit here and go through with everything, all 9 of those principles with you, because again, they're great things, and they're very obvious. But to hear the way that he talks about them and the way that he brings them out is just it's very impressive. So I don't have time to go through all 9, but I thought I'd hit 3 of them. That if you ask Mr. Simpson or if you ask Bark, he'll tell you that these are the 3 things that he really believes has made Simpson great. So the first one is that our company demands that everybody in our organization be obsessed with supporting our customers. Right? We know that we have no business without any customers, and that's an obvious principle, but you just don't get that type of customer service from every organization that you deal with. So, we are asked constantly to work hard to build deep relationships with our customers. We don't want just to be a transaction. We're just going in and trying to make a sale. We really want to know the person that we're dealing with and build a long-lasting friendship, and that friendship will hopefully maintain a good, strong business relationship if we can support what we're selling. We want them to know about that the relationship, again, is just more than the business. We sell product, right? Everybody, I'm sure you guys in this community have had lots of contractors complain about having to use so much of our product, and we really honestly. We focus very much on trying to educate the customer on how to sell their customer on the proper products to use. We're not about pushing stuff out there that's not needed. We only want the products to be used that they need. So we really, really work hard to educate the customers and to really support them in everything that they do. We don't just consider a customer someone that pays us money. Anybody that is working to help make the industry a better industry, make it a safer industry, is who we value as our customers. And so that's really where all of you guys come in. You guys are such a critical part to our success and in everything that you do. And we really, we hope that you sense the value that you bring to us as customers, and that our sales team is supporting you, and they're always there for you whenever you need it. So that's the first principle. His second principle, again, has to do with the people side of the business, and we're very obsessed, again, with taking great care of our employees. A great company is not great if it doesn't have great people. So we are extremely focused on taking our time and going out and finding the right type of people that we can bring into our organization. Again, we look for people that are great with relationships and that can go out and build those trusting relationships. So that is extremely important to us. And when we get people in the company, one of the keys to success is to not lose them. We obviously, you don't want to bring people in and have them leave right away. So we really put they put a lot of value in employee education. Really work very hard on making the organization be a fun place to come work at. We work very hard, but we have fun when we have the time to, as I'm sure if you've ever hung out with Randy, and so we really that's an important part of our culture. We really try to make our organization be as flat as possible, and we carry the philosophy that the best idea always wins. Doesn't matter who brings it to you. If we're going down a path and someone brings a better idea for us, we'll change direction, because that's really what motivates people to continue to get those ideas to you, knowing that they can actually influence and make a difference. We are really focused on, there's no big shots, there's no assigned parking spots. You don't have to call your boss Mr. We're all just a bunch of people that are working together to try for a common cause of making things better. People are encouraged to bring ideas, and we really try our hardest to foster an environment where they don't just look at this as a job, they look at it as a career. And if you've been around for a while, I'm sure you've seen the same Simpson person calling on you for years and years and years. And if that person is not calling on you, then they likely got a promotion and have moved into another role. And so we've been very successful with this strategy. The last principle I want to talk about is the final, the product itself. the company can only be successful if it doesn't have a great product. You know, it only be successful, I'm sorry, on a temporary basis if they don't have a great product. And so we work hard as we can in our organization to make sure everybody knows that the product, what we're trying to sell and what we're going about doing is such a critical component. So we take a lot of time. I work in the engineering department, and so every single part we scrutinize and try to figure out ways to cut as much steel out of it as we can. We want to make it as thin of gauge as we possibly can. Cost is the most important thing. Once we get the material down, we really look at every single hole that we place, for instance, in a connector, to make sure that it's in the right location so that we get the highest performance, so we can use the least amount of fasteners that we have. And so, you know, that developing that product and putting all that time and effort into it is carried throughout the organization. From the literature, I think, you know, I was talking with a gentleman just a few minutes ago about the literature that we provide to the industry. We want to make it very easy for people to understand how to use our product, how to design with our product, or how to install our product. And so we focus heavily on really, you know, making sure that literature is just top notch. The customer support that we have. If you ever have any questions about our product, you just got to pick the phone up and call our 800 number. We got someone live there all the time to talk with you and work with you. So the product and the process that we do to get that product to marketplace is something that we put a tremendous amount of pride in there. Of course, everything is not perfect. You know, we have, you know, like I said, over 5,000 products now in our arsenal. You can imagine how many failures that we've had at 5,000 successful products. You know, how many failures along the way that we have to get there. You know, I remember I worked on one product that we had 33 different versions of the connector before we found the one that we liked and that one that worked, right? So that was a multi-year process. Our sales guys were ready to kill us because they wanted that thing out the door, but we really took our time to make sure that we have the right process. And we encourage that behavior in our employees. It's okay to fail. You know, you're gonna swing and you're gonna miss sometimes, and that's okay in our organization. We don't criticize people for that. We encourage that and go on the extra mile. And we've had some crazy ideas that are brought to us that have found its way to market because these you know, the people are very passionate about going after that. So, you know, we want our people to take risks and be creative, because that's what keeps us ahead of the innovation curve. And I think you'll see that Simpson Strong-Tie, everything we do, we're top of the innovation curve. We are the leaders in what we're doing, and we, you know, bring in products to market and in ways that other companies aren't. So again, these are just 3 of the 9 principles that are in Bark's videos. And I really do encourage you, again, the 9 Barclay Simpson's 9 principles for business success. It's a phenomenal video, and I do hope that you guys take a look at it. I chose to talk about these 3 because, you know, these really fundamentally are the ones that have led us to success over the years. And, you know, like a lot of the people that are being, you know, recognized today, little things like this, these are all pretty basic, fundamental. But if you're great at doing the little things and you're really focused on that, you can be, you know, very successful. So again, on behalf of Simpson Strong-Tie, I really want to thank you for the opportunity to come here and talk with you, and for everything each of you guys do in this industry. I mean, it's so, you know, one of the guys said that it's such a thankless job that you guys have, that you know, it's tough at times, and it's just fantastic that you're here to recognize some people for all the contributions that they do. And we really do thank the people at ICC for everything that they do for us. Without them and the work that they do, the efforts that they put in to create the building codes and to create the acceptance criteria and support us in all the different ventures that we do, we would not be who we are without them. So we really do appreciate everything that ICC does. So congratulations to all the guys that are being recognized today. You should feel truly proud for your accomplishments. And I hope that the conference ends up well for everybody, and have a safe trip home. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeremy, for your insightful remarks. And thank you to Simpson Strong-Tie for its participation in code development and the numerous sponsorships to support the International Code Council.